and today I am doing something really exciting. I am doing a review on a drugstore foundation, and this is my first review on this channel, so I'm so excited to share it with y'all. It is actually the end of the day right now, that's why my lighting isn't so great. I'm trying to use artificial lighting, but I wanted to wear the foundation in the intro after the whole day so you can kind of see it. I talk more about it later. I'm going to show you me putting it on and then me checking in throughout the day. This is the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation, and I am in shade 240 Natural Beige, and I absolutely love this foundation. I have the same brand, the Revlon Colorstay, but this isn't the whipped one. These are just the liquid ones, and I have this in two shades, one for when I'm fake tanned and one for when I'm, pretty normal. I love this formula. The only complaint I have about this is that it doesn't wear that long. I find myself having to powder every 2 hours, so that's kind of a downside. But as you'll see, the foundation, the whipped one, was a lot better lasting. So anyways, you'll see it throughout the day and see how much I loved it. You can pick this up anywhere. I actually ended up getting it at Walmart, and I believe it was $13, but I found it at Target and it was a little bit cheaper. I think it was around 11 or 12, and then at Ulta I believe it was 15. Bye y'all. So I'm starting, I have just my hair up in a bun. I am in my pajamas. Thumbs up if you know what Bucees is. I'm just gonna start by doing this. I already have my eye makeup and my eyebrows and stuff done, and I've also already moisturized. I use my Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel, but I also use my Simple Sensitive Skin Experts Protecting Light Moisturizer a lot, so I love these two. I use this one today. I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I am not priming my face because since this is a first impressions for a foundation, I don't want to put anything on my face that is gonna in any way change the foundation. So I can really get, a really good picture of how the foundation is just completely alone. So the foundation itself is really cool. I like how it comes with this little protector thing. Since this is drugstore makeup, it's nice to know no one's hands have been in here because this was sealed when I bought it. So this is the foundation. It's a whipped foundation, but it's pretty thick, I would say, thicker than I was expecting. I was expecting it to be very kind of thin and everything, but it's a lot thicker than I was expecting, which I like. That's not a bad thing. And so I'm going to take this on my hand. I'm going to do this side of my face with a flat top kabuki, and I'm going to do this side with a Real Techniques blending sponge. I'm just going to dip my finger into here. See, this is really thick. It's almost like a jelly, it feels like. I don't know, I like it. I'm just going to kind of dab this on my face like I would my other foundation. See, yeah, I don't know if you can see, it's very thick, it feels like, on my face. But we'll see if it blends in and still feels thick, or if it feels more lightweight, whipped, like it says. Now I'm just going to press and put this into my face. Okay, so I've pretty much blended this side of my face with my flat top kabuki, and I do see it does not feel as thick on the face as it did, putting it on. It looked very thick. It doesn't feel that thick. It is pretty lightweight. It looks pretty smooth, especially right here. It looks really, really nice. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. And it is pretty matte, which I like. It's not so much full coverage as I would like right here. I have, on both sides of my face, you can see it's a little bit discoloration, a little bit red, and I have some spots and stuff, so I am going to go on with a second layer just in those areas. But overall, I think it blends really nicely, and it honestly, it blended well down my neck. It doesn't really look like I'm wearing, I can definitely see the difference from this side of my face to this side, but it doesn't really look cakey or I'm wearing a lot of makeup. It looks a lot like skin. So like I said, I'm going to put on a second layer right here, and maybe a little bit on my forehead too. So I put on a second layer just where I thought I needed it, and I definitely like this a lot better with the second layer. The foundation does claim that it is medium and buildable to full coverage. I definitely agree with that. When I first put it on, it was pretty medium coverage. It really evened out my skin tone nicely, but there was a couple of spots where I just wanted a little bit more. And so after putting it on, I definitely think that this is a buildable, you know, foundation to a really nice full coverage. And even with the 2 layers, looks really nice. It still doesn't look cakey or, you know, like I'm wearing a lot of makeup. It looks very natural. And I have like a little scar up here, and sometimes I have problems with makeup setting into that and not looking good, but this basically just went right over it. And yeah, it looks really nice. So I'm definitely loving this foundation so far. So I'm going to go get my Real Techniques sponge a little bit wet and come back and finish the second half of my face. So I will be right back. Okay, so this is my Real Techniques, I think it's called the Expert Face. I'm not sure, but I'll have it linked down below as always. I ran it underneath some water, you know, squeezed out the excess like you would a beauty blender, and I'm going to use this to apply the other side of my face because since it is a whipped foundation, I think that a sponge may apply it a little bit better. Got this onto my face, like so, just in the second half. I did notice when I went to the bathroom and kind of looked in the mirror a little bit closer that the foundation did collect a little bit in the dry spot here around my nose. I have combination skin because I do get pretty oily right here throughout the day and like on my T-zone and stuff like that, but mostly right here, and then like in areas right here I'm pretty dry, and so it did collect a little bit in there, but you know, most foundations do. So I'm gonna take this sponge and really press it into my skin. And I'm taking this side, which is pretty flat. I like this side better. You can kind of roll it onto this side, but I find you get better coverage pressing it with this side.
It's too late to say our goodbyes and it's too soon.
So I am noticing that I do kind of like the way that the sponge put it on better. I feel like it's more airbrush. It looks a lot smoother from what I can see. It didn't collect around my nose as much with the sponge as it did with the brush. So that's really good. That's a plus. And I do see, same thing with the other one. It is pretty medium coverage when it goes on. I will probably put a light layer over right here just to really build that to full coverage since that's where I need the most. So I'm going to do that right now. So as you can see, I put less on the second layer because with this sponge, I think that it gave better coverage than the brush did. So overall, ooh, I just dropped it. So overall, looking on the 2 sides of my faces, this side I did with the brush, this side with the sponge, I'm really enjoying the sponge better than the brush. I think it looks a lot smoother. I mean, this side still looks great. So if you are more of a brush kind of person and you just want to apply this with the brush, I think the brush still does look really nice. The foundation itself is just great. I'm loving the look it's giving right now. Really liked it better with the sponge. So I am going to powder my face just because I am an oily girl, and I find with any foundation, no matter how great it is, I always have to powder my face. I'm also going to put on my concealer, my blush, and bronzer as I normally do. I'm not going to do highlight because I want to see, you know, with oil and stuff like that. So I'm just going to do the rest of my makeup like I usually do and come back and talk to y'all. So I will see you in just a little bit. Okay, so I'm back and I just did my hair and the rest of my makeup and changed and everything. I'm just getting ready for the day, and I was noticing as I was putting on my blush and bronzer and, you know, blending them out and everything, that this foundation is really nice when I put stuff on top of it. It all sits very nicely like on my face, the blush and bronzer, and it blended really well. The foundation didn't move or anything, but it just blended well. I did powder it, like I said, using, I don't have it, my Neutrogena powder. I'm really liking this so far. So I'm going to be checking in during the day. I'll insert pictures right now of what it looks like at this time. And then I'm going to be checking in throughout the day. See y'all in a little. Hi guys, so I'm doing my first check-in and it is about 3:20 right now and I'm really impressed. I really like how it's holding up. I don't really notice there's a little bit of shine right here. That's just me being picky though because I know my skin. Honestly, I think it looks so much better for 3 hours after a lot of other foundations I've tried, definitely over the Revlon Colorstay, the I don't have it with me, but the one that's the liquid foundation I showed at the beginning of this video, definitely holding up a lot better than that, because I noticed that one after 3 hours I'm already kind of wanting some powder. I'm really liking it, so for the 3-hour check-in I would say we are good. I'm just gonna keep on going, and so I'm gonna go and, you know, keep on doing stuff, and I'll be back in a couple of hours to check in again. Hey y'all, it's me again, and now it is about 6:15, so it's been about 3 hours since I talked to you last, and about 6 hours since I put on the foundation this morning. As far as the foundation's going, I still think it is holding up beautifully. I still think that this is just an amazing foundation. I do see it getting a little bit oily right here, but nothing to where it's gross or like you can see like the greasy at all. It just looks very dewy, like in the middle of the day, you know, that perfect time right before you get really oily and have to repowder, but right where it's very dewy. So I like the way it's looking right now. It's 6 hours. I may have to powder soon, but so far it's definitely lasting longer than the other one, the non-whipped formula, where I feel like I have to powder every 2 hours, and other foundations I feel like I have to powder every 4 hours. So this so far has lasted much longer than other foundations that I have, so I am really, really loving this. Like I said, right now it's beautiful. I can see it breaking up. This is me being a very big perfectionist because I know my skin, and I know how other foundations work. I see it breaking up a little bit along here, so I'm going to kind of keep an eye on that and see if it does that more, you know, as time goes on. But honestly, this is the longest I've probably gone without powdering, and it still looks really, really good. I think it's looking great everywhere. I'm really enjoying this foundation. So like I said, it is 6:15, and I'll probably check back again in another 3 hours, so it'll be a 9-hour wear. I'll probably check in around 9. And I can tell you exactly how I feel about it from start to finish. So I will see y'all again in a little bit. Bye. Okay, y'all, so now it is, okay, I can't see my clock. It is now 9:07. I don't know if y'all can see that. I've worn this foundation since noon, so it's been about 9 hours, and I can honestly say that I love it. This is one of my new favorite foundations. I did powder at 7:30 because, like I said, when I checked in around 6, it was kind of getting to the point, it was like borderline glowy and like oily, and so around 7:30 I noticed that it was just not looking its best anymore, so I just lightly powdered with my Neutrogena powder, and since then it's been great. It still looks pretty matte. I mean, it looks a lot better than most foundations do at the end of the day. I mean, it doesn't obviously look totally fresh, but it does look really nice. It is a little dewy and glowy now, but it is so pretty. I love this foundation. It really hasn't broken up. Like I said, on my nose it was breaking up a little bit, but I haven't noticed that it went any further. It was just a tiny, tiny bit around 6, but it doesn't seem to be breaking up anywhere else. And it's still really smooth and really nice. I just really am loving this foundation. It looks great. So again, this is the Revlon Colorstay Whipped foundation. It looks like this. And I highly, highly recommend this if you're looking for a good drugstore foundation. I like this a lot better than this formula of it. This is just, you know, the regular foundation. So yeah, I definitely recommend the whipped one. I love it, and I have combination to oily skin, like I said before, and I think it held up beautifully. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed this and will give that foundation a try. If you do, definitely comment back and tell me what you thought of it, because I'd love to hear how it worked for y'all, but for me personally, it was great. I loved it. So yeah, again, as always, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember that you are all beautiful because you're made in God's image. I love you all so much, and I'll talk to y'all later. Mwah. Bye. So I hope y'all enjoyed my first product review. I had so much fun filming this, so if you know of any products you want reviewed, please leave them down below and I'll make sure to review them as soon as I can. I'd also like to quickly thank everyone who has been sending me so much love and support as I start my channel. I just hit 32 subscribers as I edited this video, and my first 2 videos have a combined total of over 275 views. I'm in total shock about these statistics as I just started my channel a week ago. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of my heart to all of y'all, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye! Mwah.